Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast, this time talking about more fun Doctor Who books from BBC Books. In a year without Doctor Who, it's kind of odd. The amount of fiction that we've had released is fairly minimal, and everyone's very excited and Class is on its way. But of course, the Class fiction books, they'll be coming along once the series is well underway. 8 episodes, with Capaldi definitely at the beginning and probably at the end. Even then, that doesn't really count as Doctor Who. Yes, the BBC is saying that Class isn't for children, but we'll judge for ourselves when we see it shortly. So how do we fill our time? Yes, Christmas will be coming, so we'll have to fill our stockings. And as well as Infographica and a host of other books, which I'm sure I'll be reviewing, the big one that came out this summer was the official Doctor Who Cookbook. Now, there's been Doctor Who stuff like this in the past, but it wasn't glossy, it wasn't fabulous. And those two words can definitely be applied to this little tome by Joanna Farrow. Yes, it's a worry when it comes to Doctor Who and cookery. I mean, let's face it, basically you're making things for other people in the shape of the TARDIS. I mean, I, for one, for my 40th birthday, had a TARDIS cake, which still makes me tear up every time I think about it. Of course there's TARDIS cakes. There is, of course, the obvious suspects. But there are instructions on how to make a fully functional, well, alright, you can eat him, K9. There are patterns to cut round. You can make yourself a really nice K9, to be honest. Templates at the back. Oh, and there are just so many things you can do with a Dalek. Cake pops. Jadoon cream horns. Captain Flapjacks, yes, that one was fairly obvious. And of course, jammy dodgers, if you want to make your own, because not everyone lives in the UK where you can just buy them. Shortbread smilers, these are all here. And of course, there's lots of hints and tips. The TARDIS you can make simply gorgeous. And you know what? If you really put in the time and the effort and the imagination, boy, has there been a lot of imagination used in this. Gallifrey lollipops? Don't ask me to say that again, I'll probably say it wrong. Look brilliant. I mean, seriously, they look great. They might not look like the photograph when you make them for yourself, but that's alright. Yes, the adipose Pavlova photograph looks possibly the saddest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. But you know what? I think it would taste fine. Like I said, there's been more imagination, more love for the show layered at the feet of this particular book than you can shake a stick at. Yes, you'll probably buy it, but don't just leave it on the shelf. Don't just look at the pictures and laugh or have a jolly jape like you used to at the Doctor Who knitting pattern book. And yes, I know, I used to own it. No, actually settle down. Make this. Make the Peekaboo Pandorica. You won't regret it. Yes, you might ruin Christmas by making a perfectly reasonable Christmas cake, but that's fine. And yes, like me, you'll insist on the right number of squares on the bottom of the time and relative dimensions in cake. Cake. Leave it. It's not important. What is important is that this is brilliant. So much better than you would think. So if you're having a Doctor Who themed party, if you've got kids, if you've got a grown-up in your life, hell, if you want the TARDIS cake that you've always wanted, then buy this. It's brilliant. Just brilliant. And with that, I'll fade away and let you decide for yourself. So until next time, when I'm probably going to be talking about Doctor Who, be seeing you.
That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.